Timestamp August 4th, 8/4/2026. It's still weird. I'm in August and it's still weird saying 2026. It's right at 5 a.m. I'm getting ready to go to bed here in a minute. Did a little bit of nap earlier today. The reason being is we did not go to George Station today. Because it was pouring. And Bix and I kind of both looked at the weather and went, we're not going to try to load the car in this. I mean, it was that kind of rain that you kind of can't see in front of you, you know. It's just going to end poorly. We're going to get some ruined stuff. So, and while we are trying to move forward on things, no matter which location we're at, we're not bored. We got lots of stuff to do, so that's not an issue. Pour a little bit of coffee. I'm not sure what we're having. I think Tiny made this. It smells like the Starbucks medium. Excuse me, gentlemen. Alright, I'll give you guys some food. I'm still pouring some in the bowl and some in a pile next to the water bowl, basically on the other side, to prevent certain dogs, which will remain nameless other than saying Sammy, from attempting to hog everything. If you're wearing headphones, I apologize. This may get loud as it hits the metal container. You're welcome. Please don't try and lick my forehead. I'm just not into it. But yeah, it was a good day to take a nap. Just hear the rain just pelting everything. And I did look, it was raining all over the area. ASMR. Yeah, go ahead and scrap. My dog's a bit of a gentleman. He actually, waits to be told it's okay. Seriously, it's okay. Eat. Eat, young man. Health check. Still feel congested. Like nose, back of the throat. But I'm also dealing with dusty, moldy environment, so I'm hoping that's what it is and it's not something more serious. Working in the garage, and I was basically doing the last bit of sorting on my Final Faction figures. Oi! And I know I have more somewhere. I know I do. Sam! It's enough. No, I have more. I mean, one example. So they did the Karn, the creatures that I love. And they also did some pretty cool robot, mecha, droid kind of stuff. One of the ones that it's cool, and I know that I got a few of them because I thought they might be fun to work with, but they're almost a little too cheesy for me, was they came out with a FDO. Basically, it's supposed to kind of almost look like Fido, and it's this guy. Kind of cool. I prefer K9, you know. But I am biased, I admit that. And he's supposed to be piloted by a Chihuahua, which, honestly, Chihuahuas are terrifying enough. I don't know why you need to give them, a mech, because that'll instill fear in anyone. This is overkill. But he's got a little compartment in the back where he can fit in to pilot it. It's a funny idea. It's kind of neat. Yada, yada. And again, I know that I got a few of these. I think I somewhere between like 4 and 10. You know what I mean? Over a span of many years. I have one in my main, like, thing with, like, you know, a few of my faves and whatnot. And I found one in the 3 totes that I was going through, which gives me a total of 2. We're mathing over here. It's pretty cool, right? I know I had more than 2. I know I had more than 2. I know that I had more than 2. The question is where. I've got to think that it's. I was curious if this would actually fit, because they have accessory packs of like rocket launchers and stuff like that that you can put on the various creatures. I was curious if that was going to fit or not, because it looks. Size matters. Ooh, it does fit. Very cool. You can do stuff like that. Neat, you know. But again, it's just not my favorite of the sculpts, of the molds. Some of the others, in my opinion, are much cooler. I mean, this is still cool, but it's just almost a little bit too cheesy for me. So I didn't get like 30 or 40 like I did with some other figures, admittedly. I know. I have a problem. But, I'm not really sure what that's supposed to be. It's another one of the things that can fit into someone. Not sure if it's supposed to be like air tanks or like little rockets. It's kind of neat. But, yeah, I've got 2 medium totes that are pretty much full of what I'm keeping, and a medium tote that is full of what I'm going to sell. So, it was successful as far as the sorting is concerned. But I mean, like, I've got 60 drones, 24 brutes. But if I've only got the 2 Fidos, and like there's a X4 turret, which is a 4-legged turret. It almost reminds me of the auto guns from Aliens, only with like more of a steampunky 4 legs that it looks like it could walk on its own kind of thing. Got one of those. I know I have more than one of those. I know that was one that I was having a hard time getting hold of. I think because a lot of the mech modders and whatnot were probably buying them up as soon as they hit the rack. But I know I managed to get more than one over a period of, like, 6 years. I know I did. Pretty sure I didn't have more than like 15 of them. I might have had 7 or 8. But I know I have more than one. So I've got some Final Faction missing. Luckily, with what I have in mind storage-wise in the garage, because I'm going to be keeping my toys more towards the front, so that I can sort as I go and whatnot. When the other ones do surface, I can go through and sort, sell, and all that. It's just weird because I thought I had them all here. But, George is a 1,300 square foot house that has our stuff and whatever was left over from the shop when we closed it. And so, I mean, the garage, the Florida room there, it's full to the gills. The attic is full, and we've got a bedroom that's like half boxes of stuff. I don't know. It's weird. I've only got 7 crawlers, at least, that I'm keeping in the tote, because I do have another like 5 or 6 that I've got with my main group. And I know didn't have as many of those as I wanted, but I know I had more than 7. So just some of the numbers aren't mathing with what I know in my head. I don't know. Time will out, right? Yeah. But health check. I don't know if you can hear it in my throat, kind of raw, rough. Like maybe I just did a 2-hour show or something. I did not do a 2-hour show. So, a little concerned about that because it's been going on for a few weeks now. Because if I have something that's going to require antibiotics to knock out, then I need to go to the clinic and get the antibiotics. Clearly. I don't know. I don't really have any other, like, side effects, really. You know what I mean? I got the scratchy throat and, like, a little bit of congestion in the back of my sinus. You know, behind the nose, kind of. But, nothing else that's making me go, So I'm not sure if I should be saying, uh-oh. I don't know. Can you stop that? Thanks. Sammy's dragging the empty bowl and guarding it. Because, you know, that's necessary. Oi. Hey. Knock it off. But I'm going to keep this pretty short just because I'm tired. Been casually watching Doctor Who and sorting figures. Did some sorting out there as well, trying to get that ready so that when we do go to George I can absorb the other eBay stuff. It's all a thing, but we're making progress. But yeah, Pix and I were like, no, we're not going to try and load the car with things that have value in a monsoon. That's just not really a great idea. We'll try again tomorrow. You know, there's no gun to our head as far as the unloading, you know, timetable wise. So, and it's starting to rain again tonight. Actually, I want to check on that and see how wet will it be. I don't know why I check, because they're wrong half the time. NASA's got some Mars footage. I'll have to check that out later. Oh, rain, showers, scattered thunderstorms. Okay. Thunderstorms, definitely a chance of wet and wild. It's not just a closed amusement park. Okay, tomorrow looks like it's going to be mostly wet as well. Possibly a pocket mid-morning of dry. Have to see how everybody's feeling. Doing the Epcot Starbucks. It's appropriate because that is the Starbucks medium. It's good. Oh man. Yeah, Tiny made a gigantic cauldron of mac and cheese with some ground sausage. We get that the like tubes of turkey sausage. It's kind of like fake ground beef. Yummy. Some onions, peppers in there too. It's good. Might have had 2 bowls of that. Boiled up a bunch of eggs. Alex had a hard-boiled egg earlier. Because he asked me if there was anything to like snack on that would be good for him, and I said, you know, I made eggs, but I don't know that you like them. He was like, let me try one. So we tried one. And he came back like an hour later and he's like, can I get another egg? That was really good. I'm like, yeah. Yeah, there's 20 in there. Yeah, please do. So that may mean that I need to make even more on the regular. Which, it's an incredibly healthy snack, and again, eggs aren't $8 a dozen, so right now I think at Aldi, for a historical timestamp, they are $1.46 a dozen. So, you know, if you're seeing this 20 years from now and wondering, what was the price of eggs, you know? Because those questions come up. At least Bix and I both have had that question, the whole idea of, What did we pay for a gallon of milk in the 80s? You know, those kind of questions. Right now it's about $2.50. In between like $2 and $2.50 for a gallon of milk. Price fluctuates a little bit, but not drastically. I know at one point when there was, might have been like a mad cow thing years ago. I want to say we were paying almost $4 for a gallon of milk. Because whenever there's a disease or something that like starts damaging livestock, whatever byproducts come from them usually goes up in price. It's like the egg prices went up because of a bird flu epidemic, and then just greed after it was already dealt with. Oi! Yeah, you don't need to go out in the garage, Tanner. Uh-huh. Surely don't. No, I don't trust you because I'm finding little puddles here and there. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I know who it is because they're little puddles. Keep sneaking out of the garage and creating, you know, mini lakes. That's why we go outside. Part of the problem with my dad, and one of the reasons that we had to do a lot of extra cleaning here and there is with the dementia, and also just, no, mostly dementia, bad decision making. Getting the dogs outside wasn't always a high priority, if you follow. We've thrown away a lot of throw rugs. Yeah, it's what you think. That was actually one of the things DCF was like, do these dogs go outside at all? One of the agents asked me that, and I was like, I don't know. If he thinks of it. He's having memory issues, so you tell me. What does it smell like in here? You know. Don't ask me a stupid question. I don't live with my dad. I'd be too scared he'd try and stab me in my sleep. It's true. We actually got to that point. When you start thinking that one of your family members might hurt you because they're not quite right. Yeah. It's a weird feeling. Anger outbursts with the dementia. Bad judgment, anger outbursts. You start seeing that every now and then. I've read too many stories of real events where, like, a husband did a wife, didn't remember it. Very clear that it took place, but didn't remember doing it. I don't want to be one of those statistics, you know. There's quite a few records that I'd love to hold. That's not one of them. Yeah, I'm still looking at you. I like the little guy, but I don't have complete trust in him, you know. I know you were neglected, and I get that. I do. But because of that, you learned that some things were okay to do, and they're actually not okay to do. Undoing bad training, you know. I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I don't have a lot to say. Other than I'm missing some toys. And I did do some more sorting on my dollhouse kind of stuff. Trying to clear that and make it a little bit more streamlined, neater, not big piles. So I do want to be able to work on my library and my lounge here in the near future. I'm trying to thin, I've got stuff piled on the shelf where those things are that I want to be able to use in it, and it's like, that's not how we do this. So I've but I'm trying to get the debris. It's all a big, hairy slide puzzle thing. We're getting there, though. But yeah, Pix and I were like, we're just going to stay home and do this. And there I go, staying home again. It's so weird. Because I don't feel like this is home. You know? Just glamping. Interesting word. It's like bougie. I like bougie. Bougie's fun. It's a nice word. I like it. Invented words that actually make sense and are fun to use. I'm a fan. Bougie. I like it. So anyway, where are your cousins? He's cool looking. Always reminds me of Thunderbolt, I think, which was like the TV show that Lucky, 101 Dalmatians, was obsessed with. Kind of a Rin Tin Tin type TV show that Lucky was like obsessed with. But just facially, he kind of has that like head shape. If you know, you know. Obviously, Thunderbolt wasn't a robot dog, but kind of going with a Rin Tin Tin thing. If you know what I'm talking about. That head shape. Anyway. Tired. Got a lot done, a lot of little things, which it still adds up to one brick, you know. Work your list. Looking at my final faction checklist, because I actually wrote everything down. Just sitting there, everybody. Which has me very not concerned, because I don't know where they would have gone. You know what I mean? They're either there or here. It's possible they're already here and they're buried, but I've pretty much gone over all the stuff that Pix brought over to me. There's gotta still be a George. I'm really not sure how much. I just know some of these numbers are way, way lower than I think they should be. And some of them, like the Diabol, it's supposed to be like a play on the word diabolical. Big, he's even bigger than the brutes. Big old barrel-chested, tank-looking guy. The original one is kind of a pinkish red, and then of course they did the black with the green for the poisonous next wave edition. I've only got one of the original, the pinkish red whatnot. I think I got more than one of that. I don't think I got like 20 or 30. I think I got more than one of that. It may only be like 3 or 4 or 6, but one? No. No. That's not right. I don't know. They'll turn up, I guess. I will keep you informed, because I know that this is riveting content. You're watching my journal, and I don't mind. If you have any questions, I'm happy to answer them. We can have a dialogue. I love when I'm watching a video, and I hear something pronounced like that, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's AI. When it's talking about, like Mr. Magoo, and it ends its sentence on Mr. and then begins like beat Magoo, and it's like, oh, you saw the period on the abbreviation for Mr. and thought that was the end of the sentence and did a sentence break with a pause. your AI. Okay. You couldn't get somebody to actually read the script? Alright. Slop? Okay. Cool. Awesome. Lazy. Just saying. Do I have an opinion? Yep. Usually. So anyway. A little scratch in the back of the throat. I'm hoping it's something serious. May get checked out though. So I'm gonna grab a nap and get up and do some more. It's gonna be monotonous like this, but for, a while. But hey, robot dogs. I know it's thrilling. Not sure what you're from though. Found this the other day. I don't know what that is, because it kind of looks like the top of a tank turret. I don't know if it's a Transformers part. I don't know. It's a very interesting design though. It makes me think anti-aircraft. But, I don't know. Got it sitting over here on my desk because I'm not sure where it goes. You know what I mean? And I tried Google Lens on it and it went, I don't know what that is. Sorry. So, occasionally, you can stump Google Lens. Usually it's pretty good. But every now and then, the cat's gonna fall off the stool again. They keep sleeping on the stools and it's like, you can, but when you fall off and wake up mid-flight, not my monkey. It's funny, but anyway. So, hug your parents, hug your kids, drink good coffee out of cool mugs or tea. My wife is back in the building, so gotta include the idea of tea. She is a tea hound, doesn't like coffee. That's okay. That's okay. Make it a great day.